We have done it! We have rated all 600 of the flags in the VADFOS, the Vexillographer Administrative Division Flags of Earth survey. Thank you all for your participation. It is time for you to see the results. So, in this video's description is a link to a spreadsheet that shows the final scores for all 600 of these flags, and they are super fun to just look at. But you might notice in this spreadsheet there are 25 subdivision flags whose scores are not shown. Because there's one last thing we need to do to finish off this survey right. That's right. I have taken, using your votes, I have taken the top 3 subdivision flags from each continent, plus 7 wildcard spots among other high finishers, and we have now 25 finalists for one last vote. It is time for you guys to analyze the following 25 subdivision flags and determine which one gets the title of the best subdivision flag on planet Earth. And here are your 25 finalists. Akwa Ibom, a state of Nigeria. The orange represents strength and the energy of the people, white represents peace, and green represents abundance and the fertile land of the state. The arrow-shaped layout represents progress and also resembles the greater than mathematical symbol, representing that Akwa Ibom's people are greater when united as one. Amhara, a state of Ethiopia. Red and yellow are the traditional colors of this region, which are sometimes worn by the region's football team. The yellow star is often associated with the TPLF political party, which held power in the 1990s when this region was created. Now that a different party is in power, Amhara is currently planning on getting a new flag. Arizona, a state of the United States. The 13 rays represent the original 13 colonies of the United States, and the red and yellow represent Spain, the first European nation to colonize this area. The blue comes from the U.S. flag, and the copper-colored star represents Arizona being the country's largest producer of copper. Aruba, an autonomous country of the Netherlands. The blue represents the ocean, yellow represents abundance, red represents the love of country, and white represents both purity and Aruba's white sand beaches. The 2 yellow stripes represent Aruba's relationship with the Netherlands, both close and separate at the same time. The 4-pointed star resembles a compass rose, symbolizing Aruban's origins from all over the world. Bavaria, a state of Germany. The diamond lozenge pattern, which requires a minimum of 21 diamonds according to official specifications, is the more popular of 2 official Bavarian flags. The blue and white lozenges, or diamonds, come from the coat of arms of the Royal House of Wittelsbach, dating back to the 1200s. Colorado, a state of the United States. Blue represents the sky, white represents the Rocky Mountains, and the blue and white together represent the state flower, the columbine. Yellow represents sunshine, and the red letter C represents the state's name, not only beginning with the letter C, but also meaning colored red in Spanish. Curaçao, an autonomous country of the Netherlands. The upper blue stripe represents the sky, the lower blue stripe represents the Caribbean Sea, and the yellow stripe represents the sun. White represents peace, and this 5-pointed star represents the 5 continents of the world that the people of Curaçao originated from. The 2 stars represent both the main island of Curaçao and the much smaller island of Klein Curaçao. The Faroe Islands, an autonomous country of Denmark. White represents the Christian faith and the foam of ocean waves on the shore. Red and blue are traditional Faroese colors, and the overall cross shape and colors symbolize the island's connection to other Nordic countries in the area. Friesland, a province of the Netherlands. The 7 red lily pads represent the 7 medieval sea countries, or Zeelanden, of Friesland, and the blue stripes represent the province's rivers. Water lilies and blue-white stripes have been used in Frisian heraldry for centuries. Grande Comore, an island of the Comoros. The central symbol is from the country's national flag. The crescent represents the Islamic faith, and the 4 stars represent the 4 islands of the Comoros. Each island is connected to the national flag, each being represented by a different colored stripe. Grande Comore uses the blue color. Greenland, an autonomous country of Denmark. The red and white symbolizes Greenland's relationship with Denmark, along with the ice caps and the sun setting along the horizon. The lower white half of the circle on the red stripe abstractly represents an iceberg floating on the ocean. Hokkaido, a prefecture of Japan. The blue represents the sky and the ocean, the red represents energy, and the white represents light. The emblem resembles a snowflake representing the prefecture's heavy snowfall in the winter. It is a modernized version of an 1860s shipping flag that used a 5-pointed star, even though future Prime Minister Kiyotaka Kuroda proposed a 7-pointed star, but they didn't adopt that one. Kalmykia, a republic of Russia. Yellow represents the sun, blue represents the sky, and the lotus flower is a flower that can be found blooming in the Volga River Delta, and it's an important symbol of purity in Buddhism, which is the majority religion of this republic. The 9 petals represent the 5 continents plus the 4 directions, symbolizing Kalmykia's desire for friendship with all people worldwide. Kyoto, a prefecture of Japan. The flower emblem represents ancient Kyoto's richness and is drawn as a stylized form of the kanji character Kyo, the first syllable in Kyoto. It also resembles a human figure and comes together to represent connection and unity. New Mexico, a state of the United States. The central emblem is the Zia Pueblo Nation's sacred sun symbol, used for millennia to represent the connectedness of life. The flag's designer copied this symbol from a piece of stolen Zia pottery without the Pueblo's permission, which remains controversial to this day. Yellow and red represent the state's Spanish colonial history. Norfolk Island, a territory of Australia. The green represents the island's rich vegetation, and the white represents peace. The Norfolk Island pine is a tropical tree native to the island and is an iconic symbol of this territory. Northern Territory, a territory of Australia. The territory's official colors are black, white, and an orange color called ochre. This color can be commonly found naturally in this desert region and is significant in Aboriginal Australian art. The Sturt's Desert Rose is the Northern Territory's floral emblem, and its 7 petals represent Australia's 6 states plus the Northern Territory. The Southern Cross can also be found on Australia's national flag. Québec, a province of Canada. The white cross on blue and the fleur-de-lis are historic symbols of Catholic France, representing Quebec's French heritage. This flag is a simplified version of a French-Canadian flag from the 1700s. Saga, a prefecture of Japan. The green represents the leaves of the camphor tree, which symbolizes prosperity and hope, and is Saga's official tree. The camphor flower is shown in white, representing openness and cleanliness. The flower's pistils and stamen are red, symbolizing passion and sincerity. Sarawak, a state of Malaysia. Yellow represents law and unity, red represents determination, and black represents natural resources, including petroleum and timber. The 9-pointed star represents the 9 divisions of the state. Scotland, a constituent country of the United Kingdom. This white saltire on blue references the crucifixion of Saint Andrew, the patron saint of Scotland. It goes back to at least the 1300s, and one legend, set even earlier than that, describes a miraculous cross-shaped cloud in the sky before a major battle. Tierra del Fuego, a province of Argentina. The blue represents the sea and the sky, and is also the same blue used on Argentina's national flag. The Southern Cross is an important navigational guide in the Southern Hemisphere, and the color orange references the province's name, meaning Land of Fire. The orange segment is also shaped like a map of the province. The stylized white bird in the center is an albatross, which can be found in this area of the world. Tocantins, a state of Brazil. The blue represents the state's rivers, white represents peace, and orange represents the state's natural riches. The orange sun in the center represents equality, sending the message that it rises for everyone. Tokelau, a territory of New Zealand. The blue represents the ocean and the sky, yellow represents peace and happiness, white represents unity among the islands, and the traditional Tokelauan canoe, or waka, sailing toward the Southern Cross, or manu, represents Tokelau's journey to finding the best leadership possible. And finally, Wales, a constituent country of the United Kingdom. The red dragon has been used as a symbol of courage by Welsh royalty for centuries. In the 1400s, Henry VII adopted a symbol that combined a Welsh dragon with the Tudor family colors of white and green. This eventually led to this popular design being adopted in the 1950s. And there you are, the 25 finalists that have made it to this final round of voting. You have until this date to submit your vote on this final form, and once it is complete, I will get a video out to you guys with all of the complete results, and all of the spreadsheet will be available to you after this final round of voting has completed, and we will see which subdivision flag takes the title of the best dang subdivision flag in the world. Have fun voting. All your links are in the description of this video. See you soon!